Hey guys, so I know I didn't really upload throughout the week. I just haven't really done anything interesting enough to video. Pretty much just been going to the gym and working and then going home and working some more. And just haven't really had anything worth videoing, so. But it's finally the weekend. It's Friday, just got off work. I'm about to go to the gym now for a second time. I'm gonna try to upload as much as I possibly can, but weeks like this when I'm just not really doing anything, it's not worth recording, and then I don't have any footage to upload. So just stay tuned. Just finished up the workout. I went in super tired. I couldn't stop yawning on the way to the gym because I already went this morning, and then I unloaded a bunch of hay, which was like, I don't know, probably the equivalent of lifting like 4,000 pounds. And then went back to the gym after that. And like I said, when I got there, I was just super exhausted. But as soon as I got my first exercise started, I just, all my energy came back to me. It was like a reawakening. So that was good. Had a great workout. Did shoulders. We are just leaving Whole Foods. We just picked up food for dinner tonight. We got a fillet of wild-caught sockeye Alaskan salmon. We got a really nice looking New York strip steak. 5 mangoes because they're on sale for $1 each. Some kind of cake, and I got my pre-dinner post-workout snack. There's 2 slices of killer pizza. And what else? Radishes. We got a pineapple from my house. It's gonna be a yummy dinner. Here's our dinner for the night. Pineapple, mango, New York strip, salmon. So this is my 6th meal of the day. Here it is. Got the steak, salmon, pineapple, and mango. And here is Eva's. We did a wasabi soy sauce glaze on the salmon with lemon poured over it. So let's review this.
Do you want more? You can put it on top. There's some left over. And it might be
really
good
good.
to dip it in.
I would highly encourage you guys to try that. Just take some wasabi,
Soy.
mix it into soy sauce, tamari, and then just baste it over the salmon and cook it for like 12-15 minutes, 350. You'll have a pretty good piece of fish. Well, it's Sunday morning, and you know what that means. Gotta give my routine Sunday morning breakfast burrito from Ramirez. Here we are, but I just got here and they don't open for another 10 minutes. I didn't realize, so gotta stick around for 10 minutes until they open and then order my steak burrito. So while I'm sitting here waiting for my burrito, I thought that I might as well just let you guys know kind of why I started YouTube in the first place. I realized that, if you ever want to sell something, you kind of need to have some sort of a social presence, and I have never really had much of a social presence at all, or social media presence, that is. As much as I started YouTube for trying to build a social media presence and to get my name out there a little bit, I also am just kind of doing it for me as kind of like a journal, so that I can look back on these and kind of document my journey along the way. And I'll be able to kind of look back in the future and pick my way through and see kind of how I ended up getting to where hopefully I want to be. And also just so that other people in the future can watch through my old videos and see my journey, because I think that helps a lot. I know personally I like watching like successful people watching their old YouTube videos when they only had a few subscribers and we're only getting, 10, 20, 30, 40 likes per video. And now they have, millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of likes. So I just think it would be really cool to have that as well. I've always had a bit of a entrepreneurial mindset, and my parents really helped me develop that from a pretty young age. When I was in like second grade, I think I started I guess you could call my first business with my mom's help. Or she taught me how to grow plants from seeds. We'd grow 1,000 different plants, all sorts of different kinds: peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, pretty much everything that you can grow in Alaska. And we'd start everything and get them growing, and after a while, once they were big enough, then I'd make a bunch of flyers, and then I'd bike around my neighborhood and drop them off at every single person's house. And then every year in May, I would have a weekend where we'd bring all the plants down to the corner of my road, and I'd sit there for 8-10 hours and sell as many plants as I could. And I'd always sell out within those 2 days. I'd consistently make probably about $4,000. Roughly half of that went back into paying for all of the supplies that we needed to grow the plants. I think that's what really started me off in this direction. So thanks, Mom. She put a lot of work into all that. It was definitely a lot more of her than me. I was only 8 years old, so I couldn't really have done it without her. But then, throughout the years after that, in middle school, I started selling things. I was selling Orbeez, or these little silicone balls that you would put in water and they'd inflate. And I was selling those for $7 a pouch, which was 1,000% profit. So that was a good little business for a while, until everybody realized they weren't really that cool. And then sales really fell off. And then when I was 14 or 15, my dad actually bought a business, a canoe rental, and I started working for him at that. The year after that, when I first got into high school, my freshman year of high school, and I worked there for about 8 years, kind of took things over in the last 3 or 4 years. And it was then that I really knew that I didn't really want to, work for someone, which is kind of funny because I'm working for someone now, but that's just the way things worked out for me at the moment. But, I always knew I wanted to start my own business and create success for myself. So I guess that's what we're doing with this YouTube. This is the start. I'm glad to have you guys all along for the ride. We'll see where this goes.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next.